Coming up on Mountain News this morning, the race for governor intensifies after Governor Beshear aired a new ad and candidate Daniel Cameron responded. Plus, Baptist Health honored World Alzheimer's Month by training caregivers to work outside of a facility.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning, I'm Olivia Calfee. The time is 6 o'clock on September 29th. Now let's check in with Chief Forecaster Brandon Robinson for a look at your forecaster.
It's Friday.
Here's a look at your forecaster.
It's me. If you want to look, I'm right here. There you go.
Yeah.
But yes.
That's all I have to say.
Please, weekend, take us away.
It's going to be a beautiful one.
It is going to be a beautiful one. So there you go here at 6 o'clock, and we're going to continue to track some fog this morning. So continue to be careful out there as you're making your trek across the region. Let's take a look at Lake Cumberland. It's contagious, Olivia. You give it to me. All right, Lake Cumberland and Pulaski County, we're seeing fogged-in conditions on that camera down there. So just be careful across the region. Temperatures in the 50s and 60s as you head out the door. Wise actually up a little bit there to 54, along with Clintwood and London. Those are our cool spots now, up mid to upper 50s for most, and then low 60s in Moorhead, Monticello, and Harlan, all at 61 at this hour. Breakfast forecast as you head to the first part of your day, low 60s, upper 50s out there this morning. Still kind of in flux there till about 7 o'clock, and then we'll see the sunshine hopefully try to make an appearance there a little bit later this morning and take us into the upper 70s this afternoon. Olivia?
Brandon, thank you. One person is dead after a crash in Estill County. State police say 50-year-old David Ross of Irvin was driving east on Dug Hill Road Wednesday when he crossed the center line, went off the westbound shoulder and hit a tree. Ross was pronounced dead at the scene. No other vehicles were involved. Democratic Governor Andy Beshear is now openly courting Republican voters in the race in which he faces GOP challenger Daniel Cameron. It comes as registered Republicans now outnumber registered Democrats in Kentucky for the first time. And the GOP has taken the lead since Beshear won his race in 2019 by just more than 5,000 votes. The Beshear campaign is up with a new spot featuring a Jefferson County Republican who says he previously voted for Donald Trump for president, but now intends to vote for Beshear's re-election as governor.
I usually vote Republican, but I'm also voting for Andy Beshear. I definitely feel that Kentucky's moving forward under Andy's leadership. He brings great ideals to the floor. Andy's the guy that's been bringing the two parties together. I voted for Trump because I felt he was putting the American people first. I'm going to support Andy because I do feel he's putting Kentucky first.
The Cameron campaign immediately responded to the ad, calling it a deception. In a statement, Cameron said, quote, "Andy Beshear is so afraid of losing to me that he's now comparing himself to Trump." Cameron points out he was endorsed by Trump shortly after he entered the race. September is World Alzheimer's Month, and one organization is training caregivers to work with patients in their homes, not facilities. Yesterday, Baptist Health in Lexington put on a demonstration to help caregivers. The focus was on making patients with dementia feel heard and respected. They say it's extremely difficult to deal with the symptoms of Alzheimer's, and caregivers should do everything they can to bring a sense of normalcy.
Make them feel valued. Make them feel valued. It's not about what they've lost, it's what they have left.
Yesterday's attendees were given colored flowers representing their connection with Alzheimer's. Then they all planted the flowers together. Pikeville Medical Center kicked off its first career spotlight of the school year, bringing students from Shelby Valley High School to work through several stations devoted to medical careers and education. WYMT's Buddy Forbes has more from the Workforce Innovation Center.
From virtual reality to vocal reactions, Pikeville Medical Center's Career Spotlight is giving students a closer look at potential pathways.
You can see everything you're doing.
To see what it is that those
professionals in those careers do, ask questions of those subject matter experts, and to have a hands-on type activity.
Bringing high school students to the Workforce Innovation Center Thursday to get their hands on different education and training opportunities.
We all know doctors, nurses, but there's so many other things at the hospital that you don't think of when you're a student thinking about a medical career.
With a host of initiatives in play to give an inside glimpse of the options for learning and working.
You never know what you're going to get.
Not only at the medical center, but through area colleges and institutions.
These are the schools, these are the places that our students can go once they graduate from high school. They can go to school here, they can graduate here, and then they can get a job here.
Students say it is a great way to explore the medical field.
That's good. That's good.
It helps me see all the opportunities there are, like that I can do around home. And not just that, you can just do nursing.
Opening eyes and airways.
With like the EMTs here and everything else, it helps a lot. I think people will see and get like more active and stuff like this.
The options and opportunities in healthcare. In Pikeville, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
PMC has also created initiatives for students in other grades covering the span of kindergarten through senior year. Those involved say it is all about showing students their options and providing needed information at the earliest possible age. 3 weeks ago, sports betting began in Kentucky, but yesterday was the start of online sports betting in the Commonwealth. WYMT's RJ Johnson was at the Mint Gaming Cumberland in Williamsburg for their celebration.
It's an exciting time for sports fans as online sports betting is now live across the state. Kentucky Sports Radio host Matt Jones hosted his show and did a ceremonial first bet, and he says this is great for the Commonwealth.
But it's also been something that I think fits in with the state, the history of horse racing here. So I think it's going to be great for the state and give us money into the state coffers rather than giving it over to the other states that are around us.
Williamsburg Mayor Roddy Harrison says it's great to see how many people are engaged.
It was kind of funny looking around the room today, and everybody was on their iPhones, you know, downloading the app and all that kind of stuff. And so it's really exciting, and it's going to mean a lot for us. I mean, it's going to bring a lot of more people here.
He says it will also bring more money for the economy.
It takes care of everyone. You know, it's not just one entity is seeing, you know, some success out of this. This is just going to kick it into high gear. I mean, they can be going through a drive-through at Wendy's, you know, and be able to do that.
Jones says it's important to keep one thing in mind while betting.
Be responsible about it. It's like anything else. You have to make good decisions, but use it as a fun thing, whether football, when basketball starts up. It's a fun thing to do with your family and with your friends, but also always make sure to understand it's real money, so you got to be careful.
In Williamsburg, RJ Johnson, WYMT Mountain News.
For the ceremonial first bet, Jones bet $100 for UK to take it all the way and win the national championship in basketball.
6:08 here on this Friday morning. We're taking a look at the satellite radar picture, and you see there's not a whole lot of moisture left to be had. But again, some sprinkles can't be ruled out this morning. We had a few overnight. The big story, though, is this fog. That's our moisture right now, and you see close to zero visibility in a lot of locations there. So be extra careful as you're traveling back and forth this morning. Give yourself plenty of time and watch out for those school buses. Look at the fog blanket there from Buffalo Mountain there across most of the valley. So take it easy out there this morning. Temperatures in the mid to upper 50s and low 60s. 54 Clintwood and Wise, London 2 to 61. Moorhead, Harlan, and Monticello this morning. About 78 this afternoon, hopefully clearing skies as we head deeper into the day. Mix of sun and clouds a little bit later on as we wrap up this Friday across the mountains. Olivia?
Thank you, Brandon, and thanks for joining Mountain News this morning. More news is on the way. Coming up, the clock is ticking on the government shutdown, and now Congress is scrambling for a solution.